Okay, call to order the Cambria County Salary Board, February 26, 2026. Alex, do we have anyone for Salary Board for public comment?
No public comment.
Okay. Approve the Salary Board minutes of January 22nd, 2026.
Motion. Second.
Motion and seconded, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Under personnel actions, abolish one full-time administrative clerk for maintenance effective March 2nd, 2026.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and seconded, discussion. All in favor?
Aye. And create one full-time administrative assistant for maintenance effective March 2nd, 2026.
Motion. Second.
Motion and seconded, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Do we have a motion for adjournment?
Motion.
Motion and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Call to order the Cambria County Board of Commissioners, February 26, 2026. Public comment?
No public comment.
Okay. Approve the minutes of the Commissioners meeting held February 12, 2026.
Motion. Second.
Motion and seconded, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Notice of executive sessions on February 23rd and February 24th, 2026. The Cambria County Commissioners met with Cambria County agency department heads, Department of Human Resources, and the Cambria County Solicitor in executive session for legal and personnel matters. Liquid fuels, motion to approve 2026 liquid fuel allocations.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and seconded, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve authorizing the Cambria County Planning Commission to move forward with accepting 2026 applications for the Municipal Infrastructure Assistance Program utilizing Act 89 funding at a total amount not to exceed $350,000.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and seconded. Here to talk about the program is Mark Lazarai from the Cambria County Planning Commission.
Yeah, thank you, Commissioners. First, I just wanted to express to you, last night we held an in-person Q&A session for the program, and every municipality that we spoke to wanted to express thanks to the commissioners for developing this program, so they're extremely appreciative. The Act 89, the $5 fee provision of Act 89 is specifically designed to fund local bridge and highway projects. So that's exactly what this is doing. And I just want to read something here. I think it's important for everyone. You know, with the commissioners establishing the Municipal Infrastructure Assistance Program, it's designed to provide financial support for eligible road and bridge maintenance and repair projects owned by municipalities within Cambria County. The MIAP program is designed to assist municipalities improve local transportation assets with the goal of eliminating poor infrastructure conditions and enhancing public safety and mobility. So the Planning Commission gives thanks to the commissioners for developing this in the municipalities. Also, just wanted to point out that we did have an in-person session last night, a Q&A session today at 1 o'clock. We're hosting an online Q&A session to talk to municipalities. The link to that session is on the Planning Commission website. So if you look there, you'll find it. Thank you.
Thanks, Mark.
I just want to add, I know Mark and Jay did a great job last night. There was about 8 to 9 people there. Thank you, WJC, for covering that. And there were some good questions. And again, it's more than last year. It's picked up and moving forward with it. But it was nice. I thought it was a nice turnout and it was a nice engagement of questions.
Okay, any other discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Agreements, motion to approve the loaning and display agreement with regard to the American 350 torch and Liberty Bell.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and seconded, discussion.
Thanks, Solicitor Ron, for putting that together.
Yep.
Real quick.
Yes, sir.
I want to thank too, we had a great event at Conemaugh Valley on Tuesday. It is moving to Portage. It's moving to Portage, we'll leave it at that. And hopefully they'll have some kind of thing kind of like Conemaugh Valley.
Okay. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve the authorization to print with Infocom Corporation to allow for the printing of February 2026 interim bills.
Motion. Second.
Motion and seconded, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve the renewal of the administrative entity operating agreement with the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania Department of Human Services with regard to the Intellectual Disabilities Program to ensure that the administrative entity is adherent to all services, supports, and regulations.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and seconded, discussion. Here to talk about that is Tracy Selak from wherever she is. There you go.
So, this is a renewal of agreement from 2019. The administrative entity is the oversight for providers of intellectual disability services. That includes autism waivers as well. And really what that is to ensure that we are following all regulations, providers are following all regulations in terms of what those funds can be used for, and also to provide investigations and corrective actions if there's an instance where there is a violation of a right or injury or something of that nature with individuals in Cambria County. And those that are living in other counties with other providers, if that was their choosing. So, standard contract or standard agreement, and it is renewed every 5 years without choice.
So is there, and maybe I missed it, there's really no difference in what you do every year?
No, we've been doing it, correct, yes. Now, it may change in the future, and there may be increased responsibilities. The state is moving to provider-based contracting, and the other thing they're moving to, they're still evaluating the funds, but currently, we manage our waivers, which is our consolidated waiver, the PFDS, which is parent and family, or participant and family waiver, and there's also a community waiver. For those, right now the state manages those funds. They're looking to have counties, and the administrative entity would have that additional responsibility that we would manage the funds and determine if we were able to add waivers or not. So it's kind of like what happened with Health Choices with managed care. They're looking to do that with the waivers as well. So.
Okay.
Thanks, Tracy.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve the agreement with S&P Global Ratings to provide a credit rating with regard to general obligation bonds, series 2026, in an amount of $21,400 to be paid out of bond fees, which have already been approved.
Yeah, we just talked
Motion.
about this. and-
I'll second that. Motion and seconded, discussion. All in favor?
Motion to approve the renewal of the 3-year mosquito-borne disease control grant agreement number C995460
I think that's on the next
with the
page.
Commonwealth of Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection, beginning on the date of the last Commonwealth signature in the amount of $137,249.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and seconded, discussion. Just as a note, this is the agreement for vector control, which is Mary Bostic, and it's in a reference to West Nile. I believe that's when the program was created. And that's what she sprays for when there's issues with West Nile. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve the agreement with United Way with regard to the Pennsylvania State Food Purchase Program beginning July 1st, 2025 and ending June 30th, 2026.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and seconded, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve the subscription agreement with Regroup Mass Notification to provide emergency mass notification services beginning February 26th, 2026 and ending February 25th, 2027 in the amount of $7,000 annually.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and seconded, discussion. Here to speak about this is Tom Davis from EMA and 911.
Thank you, Commissioners. So in November 2025, our current vendor for mass notification suffered a cyber attack. So since November, we've had the ability to send mass notifications out from the 911 center We still have the ability to notify Pima and Harrisburg to do it for us. That's it takes a lot longer time. So what we did was we sat through a couple of vendors of the system, and we've come up with Regroup, who we feel is, the ability to keep going, as well as it is, we found out it's $1,000 cheaper than what our current system was. And what the mass notification system is it allows the 911 center to send out email, text, phone calls to anyone who signs up for it, so we can make notifications of severe weather coming in or any other reason why we may need to notify a big area of residents in the county for any type of an emergency. What we did real quick was the other counties were the same boat that we were, so all the vendors that they viewed, we also sat through. So there was a total of three vendors that we sat through and came up with Regroup.
Now, Tom, you did mention, I'm not holding you to, but Red Alert was able to migrate some of the people that were.
Yes, they're gonna be able to take everyone who signed up under the old vendor, we're gonna transfer them over to our current new system, the Regroup.
Thank you, Tom. You recently had a interactive test with, I don't know who all was in the room. You did a very nice job for representing our 911. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tom, a couple of things. Yes. Go back, I want to thank the 1889 Foundation for setting it up at the beginning with the code red, because they paid the initial cost, and then the county, renewal. And thank you for checking with more than one vendor and so forth. And it was good news there. At first, it wasn't being transferred over. Later, the people already signed up, email, text, or whatever. But Commissioner Keith said they're going to be transferred over.
Yes.
Is there a time frame for that?
I'm gonna work on it immediately. So, the Regroup rep did not give me the time. He said he'll work with us getting everything transferred over.
All right, thank you.
It'll be immediately, as soon as I can.
And I would just encourage, I know we have a lot of media here today, I would encourage the media to, after the meeting, reach out to either, Tom, with this, or Mark and Tracy as well with what they spoke about. And they would be available if anyone wants to talk to them about the programs they talked about. Any other discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Motion to approve the master services agreement with GovAI Software Solutions LLC to provide case management software for the Public Defender's Office in the amount of $13,875 to be paid for from the Indigent Defense Grant.
Motion.
Second.
Motion seconded, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve the local share account grant contract under C 96117 with the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania Commonwealth Financing Authority, beginning upon a fully executed document and ending on June 30th, 2028, in the amount of $250,000 to be used for the Cambria County Remote Operations Center Drone Hub, contingent upon following required county procurement policies and procedures.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and seconded, discussion.
I would just add, you're going to see this language consistently, the contingent upon following required procurement policies, just because, even though the grants are being used from some of these other entities, the county itself is the one who's helping to apply for it, so we still have to follow all the procurement provisions. So we just want to make sure that everyone's aware who receives those grant funds.
Okay, any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Contracts, motion to approve one service contract for Cambria County Human Services fiscal year 2025 to 2026. Approve 3 service contracts for Cambria County BHDS fiscal year 2025 to 2026. Approve 2 service contracts for Cambria County Drug and Alcohol fiscal year 2025 to 2026. And that's it.
Motion.
Motion and seconded, discussion. Solicitor, you went over all those contracts.
So,
All in favor? Aye.
Grants, motion to approve the relinquishment of the AmeriCorps Foster Grandparent Program grant and allow the grant to be released for future competitive grants through AmeriCorps.
Motion.
I'll second it. Motion and seconded, discussion. So, in June 2025, Cambria County was notified that the foster grandparent program administered through AmeriCorps was under federal review. It was uncertain whether funding would continue beyond the current grant period. As a result, and after 60 years of service to our community, Cambria County concluded the program on June 30th, 2025, when grant funds were fully expended. 2 employees who had long administered the program had made the decision to retire at the time. Later in 2025, AmeriCorps approved a new 3-year funding opportunity to renew the program. After careful consideration and several months of evaluation, the county has determined that given the retirement of the program staff and the need to rebuild operations from ground up, the program would be better positioned under the leadership of another organization. We explored the possibility of transferring the existing grant directly to another qualified organization. However, we were advised by AmeriCorps that such transfer is not permitted under the grant regulations. In order for another organization to assume responsibility for the foster grandparent program, Cambria County must formally relinquish the grant, after which any eligible organization may apply. While it is not my preference to relinquish the grant, doing so represents the only feasible path forward to ensure the program's continuation in our community. Any other discussion?
Yeah. I'd like to say that I have researched this probably more than anything. I have found the grant that it is presently written and administered by AmeriCorps is a federal program that doesn't really help. It does not help the situations at our schools. As a 6.5-year school board member recovering, I know full well that our schools need teachers, they need administrators, they need people who are really on the ground helping students. Speaking to Johnstown recently, they had over 500 students coming from out of our area into their school district that had skills and ability not up to what needed to be done. They needed people helping, so I fully support the teachers union, and the administrations of the schools. That's my focus, and that's where my drive is.
So we're gonna agree to disagree on this foster grandparent program. I think we should keep it. If some other organization is able to run it, that is fine. We already got the grant, and we can't transfer it over because some nonprofits would be interested in doing this. So my feeling is we do it until the grant's over with, and it allows another independent nonprofit to do request for proposal and get this for Cambria County. You do the Ben Franklin, there's so much good for this. We're helping people. We're turning money back, and we're hurting people is what we're doing. Some of the bullets, the AmeriCorps Senior Foster Grandparent Program has provided services since the 1960s. Cambria County has gone through the process to get the grant. If we vote no on the grant, we'll send the money back. This is what's going to happen today. The foster grandparents work one-on-one with children who may struggle in school, helping with reading, homework, and learning skills. Just this past July 2nd, Josh wrote an article, broke it down for name of the business in Northern Cambria, Hope, the daycare, and it was an excellent article. He broke it down in the need for the foster grandparent and the interaction, things of that nature in an aging county. Children Gain, that was July 2nd, 2025 Tribune article. Children Gain caring mentors who provide encouragement, patience, and guidance. These relationships are valuable for youth who face economic and social challenges. The Foster Grandparents Program helps daycares, Head Start schools, and community organizations. The Foster Grandparent Program allows teachers to focus on classroom instruction and volunteer to provide additional attention to students who need it most. The Foster Grandparent Program provides services without staffing costs. This benefits the schools and the daycares. The Foster Grandparent benefits our seniors by connecting them with future generations. It keeps our seniors active and engaged by reducing isolation and gives our seniors a purpose to serve. There's economic benefits to this program. A small stipend helps our seniors and it helps schools with staff costs. The Foster Grandparents is a win-win, helping children succeed, giving seniors purpose, and strengthening schools and communities. There's more pros than cons in this federal program. Thank you.
And just for clarity on the legal process, this does show up, typically we're not going to have your grant revocation show up, but the grant required in section 2.2.3 required us to actually put it on, so that's why it's a little unique to see on here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I would conclude by saying, I do think it's a great program, just the fact that we're gonna have to rebuild from, and we have no current staff in there, and we have, now two, but I knew of at least one willing organizations to apply for it. I do believe that it's the only way, to see it. You know, we applied for the grant before the federal funding, was cut at that time. And, you know, otherwise we wouldn't be here because we would have never, completed the program. Okay. Any other discussion?
Yeah, a lot of the foster grandparents, when it went away, reached out to us. And when we said the grant went away, that's why the program's going away. And then when it comes back, we put it back. So I like to live up to those conversations we had with them. And the grant would cover the employees' cost, things of that nature, so we build that back up. But thank you.
Okay. All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
My opposed.
2-1 passes.
Bids, motion to approve the bid of the Waters Company for a 1,250 gallon per minute diesel powered single stage pump for the Cambria County Fire School in the amount of $100,341.
Motion.
Second.
Motion second, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Under personnel actions, new hires, Bailey Cudliner, full-time magistrate clerk 1 for Magistrate Sudage's office, effective March 2nd, 2026.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and seconded, discussion. All in favor? Aye.
Under transfers, Jolene McIntosh Myers, full-time second deputy for the Recorder of Deeds office to full-time administrative assistant for maintenance, effective March 2nd, 2026. And Janet Rose, full-time magistrate clerk supervisor for Magistrate Varner's office to full-time account clerk 1/float for tax claim, effective March 2nd, 2026.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and seconded, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Removed from payroll, Marco Sylvania, part-time assistant public defender for the public defender's office, effective February 28th, 2026.
Motion.
Second.
Motion seconded, discussion. All in favor?
One correction, approve removing the end date of Dale Newrick's employment term for DM election worker for the voter registration. This was originally approved on March 13, 2025, and is to begin on March 13, 2025, and end March 31st, 2025, and that was part of the March 13, 2025 commission meeting.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and seconded, discussion. All in favor? Aye. There will be a regularly scheduled commissioners meeting on Thursday, March 12, 2026 at 10 a.m. in the jury room of the Cambria County Courthouse. Do we have a motion for adjournment?
Don't mind, I'd like to recognize Jim McCloskey, Senator Langren's office. Jim, anything to, just want to say hello?
Not today, Mr. Chair, showing support, and as always, if we could assist with anything, just reach out.
Okay.
Also want to recognize Derek all the way from Somerset County's fourth day in the job. He's mentoring by Eric, but really has been asking John from TAJ for help. So, Derek, welcome.
Anything else? Anything else? You got anything? I have nothing. Motion to adjourn?
Motion.
I'll second it. All in favor? Aye.
I think they missed the public comment period. Yep. That's why I told you to get here soon. Well, I guess you can just go ask the commissioners informally.